Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today I'm at Holmes Honda here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I borrowed this 2021 Honda Civic E-XL from my friends at the dealership. I'll list all the information on the screen as far as interior and exterior colors. And if you want to know more about this model than what I cover in the video, so we don't make it too terribly long, just a brief overview, there's always a link in the description of the video to the very vehicle that I feature in the video. Now, if you happen to click on that link and it goes to the inventory page, that means this model has been sold, but I'm sure you can find a similar one on the Holmes Honda website if you so wish to do so. For 2021, there are no major changes for the Civic, but it does still have great reliability, an enjoyable ride, and solid handling. And as we look at the front end here, of course, you can see that here on the hood, very, very nice lines. Very much good character here as far as the lines go overall on the car. As we take a look just down the side of the vehicle to begin with, of course, you do have the all-season tires that are wrapped around the 17-inch alloy wheels. And of course, you do have the auto on-off headlights here, fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. And this Civic E-XL does come with Honda Sensing, Honda's safety suite of driver aids, along with numerous additional safety features. And the side view mirrors are power heated side view mirrors. Now, you can manually fold these in if you want to. They're not power folding, but they are manually folding. And as you can see, of course, there is a sunroof. That is what is called a one-touch sunroof. So all you got to do is just push the button one time to open and or close that. We'll take a quick look at the interior while we're at it. And as you can see, this model does come with tinted windows. Just a quick look. Conventional size sunroof, but a sunroof nonetheless. And we'll take a closer look at the interior in just a little while. We'll just take a quick look at the lines here on the rear of the vehicle. And if you're curious to know, you do have capless fuel fill with this model. And of course, as you can see, you do have the body color rear spoiler right here. A nice touch to give it more of a sporty look. And of course, we'll open the rear trunk here to give you a look at what you have there. And to maximize your cargo space, I'll do it on just one side here, but you can pull that release on the left and right sides. And when you go inside of the back seat here, all you've got to do is pull down on the seat to lower one or both sides. Very easy to do. And in the interest of fair reporting, you do have a spare tire. I know a lot of you tell me you don't really like those spare tire repair kits. Don't have to worry about it with this Civic E-XL. There is your spare tire and all of the tools necessary to change it. Of course, this model of Civic is powered by the 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and I'll put all the numbers on the screen. And of course, great gas mileage here. Definitely a plus to this model of vehicle. So if you're looking for something that's reliable, gets great gas mileage, and being that this car is built as it is, it's a lot of fun to drive as well. Great handling, low center of gravity definitely helps with that, and just an overall fun model of vehicle. And just a real quick look down the passenger side of this Civic, leading up to one of my favorite features, which is what this camera is for right here. When you hit your right-hand blinker, that camera is automatically going to come on and show you what is in your blind spot. A very nice feature. You'll see that in action when we take our test drive in just a little while. And hey, if you don't use your blinkers regularly, there's a good reason to start doing it. At least if you own this Civic. Well, if you own anything for that matter. But just a quick look here into the rear seats. And we already looked at the back seat just a little bit earlier when we lowered the seats. But here is your armrest with your beverage holders right there. Just a quick look at what you have back here. No air conditioning vents or anything like that, but with an interior of this size, I don't think that's necessary in this particular model of vehicle. But tell me in the comments what you would like to see in future Civics. Would you like to see rear seat air conditioning vents, or does it really matter? And of course, you do have the door bins right here. Decent sized door bins for this size of vehicle, this class I should say. And of course, Another look at that nice sunroof right there from the rear seat passenger view. And just a quick look here in through the passenger side door in the front seat of this model. Just give you a quick look of what you have right there. We'll open the glove box so you can see a reasonable amount of space in there. And while the passenger seat is not power, it is adjustable. You can recline or bring the seat back up, and you can move the position of the seat forward and back, as you can see. Let's see, can we get there? There we go, there's the adjustment for that. And you do have a pass-through right here. Got a 12-volt power outlet. And you do have, of course, a pass-through here, USB connection right there, and a 12-volt. And of course, if you ever wanted to change that to USB, of course, you can buy the adapter. Very, very easy to do, depending on what your preferences are in this particular model of vehicle. Okay guys, just a real quick look here at the interior. And of course, as you can see, you've got some options here. You can turn some features on and or off, depending on what you want to do. And there is the instrument cluster. I like the graphics there, especially when you start the vehicle, which let's just do that real quick. We'll just turn that back off and then back on. Of course, you do push button start right here. So we will push the button to start everything up. Nothing new here, but still just, I like it. It looks modern. It's very relevant for this year of vehicle. But of course, it'll be fun to see what we have next year in 2022 with the Civic. Of course, you do have your steering wheel mounted controls, and you can go through a lot of information here depending on what you want to see. And I know I harp on this quite a bit, so I apologize if you've heard me talk about this before, but if you've never had this kind of technology before, don't let it scare you away from a new vehicle, because it's not difficult to learn. And here, as you can see, I'm adjusting the dual zone climate control. If you want to sync those together, that's all you do, is just push that little button right there. It says sync. Pretty easy. Again, if you've never had dual zone climate control in a vehicle, very easy to use, very easy to figure out. And of course, here you have heated seats, which it's a little bit on the cool side today, but probably not enough for heated seats. And you do have the conventional shifter here. You can pull it back into sport mode if you wish to. A couple of different driving modes available, Econ and just drive if you want to do that. If you want to know if you're in Econ mode, well, as you can see, Econ on, Econ off. Pretty simple there. And of course, the infotainment screen here, super, super simple to figure out. If you've never had this kind of technology in a vehicle before, you can just hunt and peck your way around and figure it out. Nothing to be afraid of, nothing difficult to learn. That's one thing Honda has done so well, is really done a great job of simplifying what they have. And here with the center console, this lid right here is what I call a multitasker, because you can slide that back and forth. It not only acts as the lid for the console, but also as an armrest. And if you pull that far enough up, just a little note for you guys, if you've never had one of these Civics before that have this console in it, if you go to open this up, you're gonna have to pull it all the way back, and then you could reach further back, but it's easier to reach the release right there when it's all the way in the position all the way back. And of course, you've got some other things you can adjust here. Even the cup holders move back, and of course you have a larger cup holder right there if you wish to use that, and a USB port, as you can see right there. Very comfortable interior, everything's easy to get to, but obviously one of the most important features, or questions I should say, would be how does it drive? So let's hop out on the road and we'll find out. Okay guys, we're gonna do our test drive real quick here with the Civic. And one thing I must say I am highly impressed with is how well the steering is balanced. And what I mean by that is, a lot of the time when you drive a vehicle, it's gonna have a little bit of play in the steering. Not much necessarily, but there is literally no play in the steering wheel. I am really impressed with that. And the cornering of this model is great. I'm not gonna even slow down for this turn right here. We're just gonna take it at speed, no problem whatsoever. Just excellent cornering capabilities out of this Civic. But with the steering wheel, there is literally no play in it. So it's almost like driving a high-performance sports car. It's not quite that tight. It's kind of hard to explain unless you have the experience. But you literally have to make an effort to move the steering wheel. A lot of the time you have to move it just a little bit to the right or to the left to actually get the front wheels to begin to respond. In this car, not the case. I'm actually very impressed with that. And I meant to show you right there, there's nobody around, so I guess I can just do this. Let me just get up here just a little bit around these vehicles that are parked on the side of the road. Make sure I don't run into anybody. But I'm gonna hit my right-hand blinker and just look at the clarity on that screen. Look at that. That is really impressive. That's the camera on the passenger side mirror that we looked at earlier. And even though this isn't the most ideal place to show that, it's probably the best opportunity I'm gonna have for a while. And I don't wanna make this test drive too terribly long, but you can see how clear that is. And so you don't even have to really look into your blind spot when you're out driving around. And that is a great feature. I've done other Honda vehicles that have that same feature and just love that. I would love to see that on more, but it's actually being phased out in favor of lane watch. But you'll still find it on some vehicles, and maybe it's available as an option if you wanted to order your Honda that way, whatever kind of model you get. The other thing that really impresses me here, of course, is the fact that it has good ride quality. Of course, the handling is excellent. And it's just overall a very enjoyable vehicle to drive. We don't normally take this test drive route. I normally go a different way, but as you can see, nice little S curves here, not too much, but just enough to kind of cruise through here and have a little bit of fun. I'm not going that fast. We're in a neighborhood, so I don't want to go too terribly fast, but we can test the handling out with this corner up here because there's nobody around. So I'm just going to actually go up here. I'm going to accelerate through that corner right there. Excellent, excellent handling. I'm very impressed. This Civic is going to get great gas mileage. It's reliable, it's fun to drive. Just if you want to go out and have some fun, driving spiritedly through the corners of whatever your favorite roads are, whatever the case may be, that's not a problem. And acceleration, not bad. A little bit of a chance to accelerate right there. This little 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder is quite impressive. But at the same time, as you can see, you've got the option of just driving around, saving gas, great gas mileage, and when you need to get around somebody or merge into fast-moving traffic, it's not going to be a problem. And everything is nice and easy to get to. It's an easy cabin to navigate. I'm just really impressed. Honda has just done such a great job with the way they've designed these vehicles, to the point that, honestly, if I was going to get some kind of a daily driver and try and save tons of gas and all that kind of stuff, this would definitely be it. Lots of great safety feature, of course, Honda sensing, all of that. I showed you all the safety features on the screen earlier. I'm definitely very impressed with what Honda has done here. So, you know, guys, if you're in the market for something like this, a little subcompact, this Civic is definitely something worth considering. And I do realize that there are changes coming for the 2022 model of the Civic, but if you're not worried about that and you're not wanting to wait and go ahead and get one now, you won't regret it. These Civics are fun to drive, they're reliable, they're comfortable, and just a convenient little vehicle. So I gotta say thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this Civic for the day, and of course all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. I always appreciate it, guys, and make sure to tell me down in the comments what you would like to see me feature here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel, whether it's a tutorial or a full review of a car or truck. And if I can get my hands on it, I will definitely do that for you. I appreciate all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.